Now the Israelites went out to fight against the Philistines. The Philistines deployed their forces to meet Israel, and as the battle spread, Israel was defeated by the Philistines, who killed about 4,000 of them on the battlefield. When the soldiers returned to camp, the elders of Israel asked, "Why did the Lord bring defeat on us today before the Philistines? Let us bring the ark of the Lord's covenant from Shiloh, so that he may go with us and save us from the hand of our enemies." The mistake that Israel made was thinking that the ark of the Lord was just a lucky charm that they could bring along so they could win. That doesn't work. What we need to do is pray to God, confess our sin, and ask for his help. Instead, because of the choice that the Israelites made, many, many lives were lost in the Israelite camp, and the Philistines won the battle.
What's the meaning of this uproar?
I have just come back from the battle line. I have fled from it this day.
What happened, my son?
The Israelites have fled before the Philistines, and the army has suffered many losses. Also, your sons Hophni and Phinehas are dead. And even worse, the Ark of God has been captured by the Philistines. Eli, Master!
When Eli heard the news, he fell over, broke his neck, and died, because he was an old man and very fat.
At the same time, in another part of the city, Phinehas' wife heard the terrible news and gave birth to a son in the midst of the commotion.
"I will call his name Ichabod, because this day the glory of the Lord has left Israel."
After the Philistines captured the Ark of the Lord, they carried it away in triumph to their land and placed it in the temple of their idol and false god Dagon, right next to his statue.
The Philistines got up the next morning. There was Dagon, laying on his face before the ark of the Lord. They picked their idol up, dusted it off, and stuck it back where it went. They couldn't understand how it had happened. But during the night, something even more dramatic happened. Not only did Dagon fall on his face this time, he fell on his face in pieces.
And it came about, wherever the ark went, there was destruction and death. Tumors broke out on the people, and rats infested everything. Every town they moved it to, the destruction followed. The leaders discussed it and said, "What should we do?"
"Please send the Ark of God of Israel back to its own country, or it'll kill us all." "Priests of our gods, what should we do about the Ark of the Lord? Tell us how to return it to its own country." "Send the Ark of the God of Israel back with a gift. Send a guilt offering so the plague will stop. Then if you are healed, you will know it was his hand that caused the plague." "What sort of guilt offering should we send?" "Since all of you leaders and people suffered the same plague, make 5 replicas of the tumors and rats that are devastating the country, and present them as an offering to the glory of the God of Israel. Then maybe he'll ease up and not be so hard on you and your gods and on your country." So here's what you do. Take a brand new ox cart and 2 cows that have never been harnessed. Hitch the cows up and send their calves back to the barn. Put the ark on the cart with the golden gifts, then send it off. But keep your eyes on it. If it heads straight home toward Israel, it is clear that this catastrophe is a divine judgment. But if the cows just head back to their crying calves, we'll know that God had nothing to do with it. It was just an accident.
So that's just what they did. They hitched the cows up to the cart, and sure enough, they headed straight towards Israel, mooing to their calves the whole way, but not straying to the right nor the left. So the Ark of the Lord came to rest in a small town in Israel called Kiriath Jearim. It stayed there for 20 years in the home of a man named Abinadab. During that time, all of Israel was mourning because they thought that the Lord had abandoned them.
If you are really serious about wanting to return the Lord, get rid of your idols, determined to obey only the Lord. Then he will rescue you from the Philistines. Gather all of Israel to Mizpah, and I will pray to the Lord for you.
All of Israel confessed their sins against the Lord together. They also went without food all day.
Don't stop pleading with the Lord our God to save us from the Philistines.
Please. Samuel took a young lamb and offered it to the Lord as a whole burnt offering. He pleaded with the Lord to help Israel, and the Lord answered him. Just as Samuel was offering the burnt offering to the Lord, the Philistines arrived to attack Israel. The Lord spoke out with a mighty voice that thundered, and the Philistines were badly frightened. They were thrown into such confusion that the Israelites defeated them. The Israelites chased them all the way home.